Penrose Cup champs are St. Paul bound again. Welcome to this week's edition of North Dakota Hockey Central, your television home for all things UND hockey. I'm Alex Heinert. Today's show is all about the NCHC tournament. We're going to hear from Brad Berry about his team's efforts in the quarterfinals and learn what it'll take to defend UND's Frozen Faceoff championship. We will also look back on a regular season full of top plays and special moments. But first, we've got to show you the latest installment of the excellent Through These Doors, brought to you by UND and Midco Sports. Enjoy.
The slate is wiped clean as Colorado College comes to town. It's time for playoff hockey at the Ralph. Came through on the left side. There's Sanderson looking, shooting, scoring! Jake Sanderson, about as patient as you can get for his 8th goal of the season, and UND strikes first, 1-0. Hendrick bounced it to the blue line, didn't get it out though. Cooley has it, put it right out in front, a shot, they score! Myro scores his 6th goal of the season, and the Tigers tie it at 1 apiece. Back for Glovin, winds up, shoots, and scores! Whoa! He got all of that one. It's 2-1 North Dakota. Glovin with his 7th of the year. Backhanded toward the net and went wide, and that's going to do it, and North Dakota survives. 2-1. Albrecht batted one loose, puck side of the net. They score! Albrecht threw it from the corner. Constantini went over and jammed it home for North Dakota, and a 1-0 lead with his 8th goal of the season. First top of the circle, Gleason to Andrews, shoots and scores! Nice one-timer by Nick Andrews, and we're tied at 1 apiece. Sanderson back for Gaber. Delays, shoots, scores! Gaber's 15th of the year on a power play goal, and it's 2-1 North Dakota. Loose pucks, muscled but not out. Yoon shoots it, sprawling and blocking it. Near side Andrews shot. Another block with 6 seconds to go.
Stick broke too, Andrews.
Pile up along the near boards, and time has run out. The first round is in the rearview mirror, and it's time now for UND to prepare for the Frozen Faceoff in St. Paul. With boxes still to check, the boys are hungry to achieve another season-long goal.
It's everything, it's everything we've worked for. It's an opportunity, 4 of the top 7 teams in the country are in the same spot, and it's do or die time. There's still a trophy to be won, and it's to be fighting tooth and nail.
There's a ton to play for, First off, you're playing for a championship, a trophy, so that should be enough motivation. But then also, just to get that 1 seed in the national tournament, that's huge. And then, just overall, you want to win, you never want to lose.
There's nobody in this dressing room that's been there yet and had that experience, and ultimately it's focusing strictly on Friday night. Western's a really good team. We swept them last, and they're going to want, there's a little more gas in the tank for them to get us back for that. And also, there's a title on the line too.
They're good, they're hard, they're heavy, they play similar to the way we are. We know it's going to be a dogfight, and we got to have a good week of practice, prepare us for a good team like them.
You build confidence playing as teams throughout the year and winning against those teams. There's nobody there that we haven't beat this year. So that's where the confidence comes from. So there's no surprises. You know who you're playing. You know, the surprise aspect of the national tournament isn't there this weekend. So just do what we've been doing and stick with what gave us success against them in the past.
I really want to empower you guys on working back together and using each other to break pucks out if we don't have a lot of pressure.
It's just playing mature, making sure like all the little battles, all the little winning the blue lines, all that kind of stuff you have to do, or it's going to end up in the back of your net. Those kind of mistakes really get highlighted in playoffs, and everyone needs to make sure that they're ready to go, and it's going to be a lot tougher than it was.
Can't really describe it. I mean, it is what it is. It's do or die. And I think when you look internally and look back on the year of how much we've gone through, there's been a lot of disappointing moments and there's been a lot of really awesome high moments. So I think we just look back as a group and say, hey, we've been through a lot. This is nothing new for us, and we just got to battle for each and every one of the guys in the dressing room. And if we do that and play the best to a man, the best we can play, I think we'll get a good result.
It's everything. I mean, we talking at the beginning of the year, we want to, there's 3 trophies we want to win. We've won one, now we got to win the second one, then we'll work on the third one.
It's a thing about pride, and it's an expectation with this program, right? It's all about, obviously moving players on, but, hanging up banners, and just why we play the game is to win. And yeah, it's the best time of year.
You work all summer for that, you work all regular season, and this is ultimately what it comes down to. It's, that urgency to win and that feeling when you win is rewarding.
You can't beat it. I mean, when you can see the finish line, anything that's bugging you, if you're tired, hurt, doesn't matter, because you know it's over soon, so enjoy these moments, enjoy these last couple of games, win some trophies.
Great work by showrunner Marty Mueller and the rest of the Through These Doors team. As you saw in that episode, North Dakota found a way to overcome a desperate Colorado College team this past weekend, thanks in part to the return of a few key stars. Brad Berry talks about that and more when North Dakota Hockey Central returns. Welcome back to North Dakota Hockey Central. Let's head out now to Ralph Engelstad Arena to catch up with head coach Brad Berry after a successful start to the postseason. Brad, thanks for being with us.
Yeah, absolutely, Alex. Great to be here with you.
You began your NCHC tournament title defense this past weekend with a pair of 2-1 wins over Colorado College in the quarterfinals. How did you feel your team responded to the increased intensity of playoff hockey?
Yeah, no, I thought they did a really good job. We were facing a Colorado College team that played with a lot of desperation and urgency. You saw it, the way they played, through 120 minutes of hockey here this weekend. And I thought our guys got better as the weekend went on. I know the first period on Friday night, and I think both teams were kind of feeling it out a little bit. And then I thought we really got engaged from the second period on Friday.
Entering the weekend, the big talking points surrounded the return of a number of your players who had missed extended time with injury. How important was it to get Jake Sanderson, Reese Gaber, and Ethan Frisch back into a live game setting prior to the Frozen Faceoff or an NCAA regional?
Well, it was great, and it's crucial. Obviously when players are out at an extended period of times, you never know what you're going to get coming back. You could practice all you want, but getting those game reps in, nothing replicates that. And I thought they did a good job of, getting their feet underneath them, and they also played better as the weekend progressed here. And it just infuses your lineup when the caliber of those players come in, and I thought they gave us a good bump.
Yeah, to that point, Sanderson scored a highlight reel goal Friday. Gaber had the game winner Saturday, and Frisch was his usual dependable self on the blue line all weekend. Did it look to you like all three were fully back to 100%, Brad?
Yeah, I thought they were. Obviously their enthusiasm and passion, how they play the game, it was always there. It never left. I think some of the puck touches early on, like I said, they got sharper as the game progressed. Jake Sanderson made an unreal play to hold on to a puck and make the defender go by him. And find a lane and get it to the net for a huge goal for us. And same with Reese Gaber. On the power play, he was getting some pucks blocked there earlier, and he just had some patience, hung on to it, and found a corner. And those guys are high-end players that can make those plays. And Ethan Frisch, he's a guy that's a two-way defenseman that can add to the offense. He's been contributing on the power play in 5-on-5, but such a strong defender as well. So again, like I said, those guys had really good weekends.
Even with the return of Jake, Reese, and Ethan, you still weren't quite at full strength for this series as Connor Ford missed game one through illness. Ford plays such a key role as the top center for your group. How did you overcome his absence on Friday?
Well, first of all, it was kind of a Friday morning thing where, come into the rink and finding out that, Connor wasn't feeling the greatest. And, we're not the only team that's experiencing that. That's going around the country as far as teams experience a little flu-like symptoms and different things. But at the end of the day, we've got through the second half of the season with a lot of guys coming in and out of our lineup and doing the job. And it was no different on Friday night. You almost become desensitized to the situation, what comes at you every day. And it was a situation where, Jake Schmaltz did a really good job of moving up on that line and doing a good job with Reese and Judd.
Yeah, good to see Jake step up. You received great goaltending all weekend again from Zach Driscoll, who only conceded twice all series. It's got to be nice to have a confident goalie with that amount of playoff experience to lean on this time of year.
Yeah, for sure. I think, there's a lot of things going into that. Zach, in the second half really dialing in, and, his preparation and the process that he takes every week to get ready for a weekend, it's impeccable. And then the other part for me too is, he's a fifth-year senior, and he knows his college's eligibility is coming to an end, and he wants to play every last game all the way to the mid part of April here. So again, like when your goaltender is playing the way he is, it really kind of gives your team confidence in every area.
Driscoll and company had to overcome a fierce charge from the Tigers late on Saturday as they pushed for the game-tying goal while on a major power play. Talk about the effort and effectiveness of your team to keep them off the scoreboard for nearly 3 minutes of 6-on-4 hockey.
Yeah, well, they made a push in the third period, from the drop of the puck in the third, and we talked about it in the locker room after the second, that, this is, we want to make sure that this is their final period of play this season, and they're going to do everything at all costs to play their best period, and I thought they did. They played their best period of the weekend on Saturday night in the third, and our guys did a good job of defending. Really didn't give them a whole lot until the last 2-3 minutes when we did take that penalty, and they got some looks, in tight, and Zach made some saves, but, guys blocking shots, the flurry of blocked shots in the last minute of play tells you how team first and how guys want to play for each other and care about each other.
Now, like you, the other 3 NCHC teams to reach the Frozen Faceoff did so in 2 games. With that in mind, how critical was it to earn the sweep as opposed to playing a Game 3?
Yeah, you know what? A couple things go into it. First of all, you want to make sure that you try to get it done in 2. And, in the NCHC, it's so tough to sweep a weekend series. It's a situation where we didn't spend a lot of energy on the Sunday because of winning it in two games. And it's a situation, too. The second part of it is, in order to win the national tournament in the regional and then in the Frozen Four in Boston, you have to win 2 games in a row, and to have that duplication of not only winning on Friday, but you have to win on Saturday to keep moving forward. So just kind of having the momentum and of what we've been doing here in February and now in March.
The series win moves you on to this Friday's semifinals at the XL Energy Center. No one on your current roster has played in that building before in this tournament. What's the key to preparing them for what's to come?
Yeah, we talked about it this morning. We went through some logistics on what the week looks like and different things like that. And, even going back to, Mark Sendon's first year, we didn't get to the Frozen Faceoff that year. One of the only times we didn't get down there. So nobody's really experienced it. And the message is, it's a destination for our fans and families. They circle it on their calendars every year. St. Patrick's Day weekend. A lot of families go down there and celebrate it with watching the Frozen Faceoff. It's tradition and history. But our family is the most important family right now, knowing that there's going to be people in and around us quite close to us, but we got to make sure that we dial in and focus on the next box we want to check. We experienced winning the playoff championship last year for the first time in the NCHC. We don't want to give it up. We want that trophy back again and having that attack mentality.
Yeah, you touched on this, but you are a lock for a high seed in the NCAA tournament, so this is not a do-or-die situation this weekend. With that said, though, we know you're going to St. Paul to win 2 games. What would doing so and retaining this Frozen Faceoff trophy mean for your group and the program?
Well, Alex, you just said it, hit it on the head. I think, obviously that box being checked of winning another championship, a playoff championship, we want to keep adding to the tradition. But also, too, just like you said, we want to keep moving up on the pairwise rankings. We're a top second seed, one of the top second seeds. We want to be that first seed in that first rung, and we want to win a couple games, and hopefully, we can keep moving up forward here to earn that spot.
Yeah, well, it is always a special weekend coming up, featuring some of the best hockey we'll see all year. Best of luck going for another title, Brad. Thanks for the time. We'll see you in St. Paul.
Yep, thanks a lot, Alex. We'll see you down there.
Brad's team had a number of highlight reel moments from this past regular season. We'll break down some of our favorites when North Dakota Hockey Central returns. The 2021-2022 regular season was full of special moments for North Dakota hockey, from jaw-dropping goals to saves we all marveled at. Here's a look at some of those best plays from UND's third consecutive Penrose Cup winning campaign. Sanderson in the back of the net. Jake Sanderson, 3-0 North Dakota. Here comes Reese Gaber. Nice move. Gaber driving in and scoring here. Reese Gaber. 3-1 North Dakota. The sophomore strikes it 4-on-4.
Slides it over. Sanderson. Look at the move by Sanderson. He scores! Jake Sanderson with the equalizer.
He's been making special plays night in and night out, but tonight he has been extra special.
Heinert, boy, threw that right out in front of Driscoll. Rebound shot. What a save by Driscoll.
Back to get it. Franklin copped it up. A shot and a goal by Carson Albrecht. They copped it up in front of the net on the turnover, and Albrecht gets his first of the year. First of his career to tie the game at 1.
Ronnie Adder this time testing Driscoll. The ball up off the back. No goal is going to be the call.
How does that stay out?
Loose puck high in the slot. Weissender is in. The shot. Driscoll with the save.
Oh,
Rebound,
and another save.
And another sprawling save by Driscoll.
Wow.
Goodness sake.
He might have pulled a muscle there, I think.
I think I almost pulled one myself watching it. Near boards now for Constantini to Clevin on the far side. Snaps a shot and scores! Tyler Clevin wins it for North Dakota in overtime. How about that, folks? And it's a repeat for UND.
Good stuff. That list started out as a top 5, by the way, and quickly became a top 10 after we couldn't narrow it down. A testament to how impressive some of those individual efforts were this season. UND will look to craft a few more moments for the end of the year montage this weekend in St. Paul. We will preview the 2022 Frozen Faceoff after this. As expected, this weekend's Frozen Faceoff is comprised of some of the top programs in college hockey. Just ask this week's DCU-USCHO.com poll, where all 4 teams set to play in St. Paul are ranked in the top 8 in the country. St. Cloud State, who was bounced in the NCHC quarterfinals by Minnesota Duluth, is currently ranked 12th, but is a lock to make the NCAAs. That means the league will have at least 5 teams in the big dance for the second time in the NCHC era. Before we get to the NCAA regionals, though, the focus is all on the XL Energy Center this weekend. Semifinal Friday sees top seed Denver take on 5 seed Minnesota Duluth at 4 p.m., 2 seed and defending tournament champs North Dakota battling 3 seed Western Michigan at 7:30, and the title game slated for Saturday at 7:30 p.m. The Fighting Hawks and Broncos split their season series, as did the Pioneers and Bulldogs, so we should be in for 2 finely poised contests to open one of the best weekends of the hockey season.
Yeah, it's playoff hockey. It's easy to get up for, and we know that no game from now on is going to be anything close to easy, so you got to bring your A game every night, and we're going to keep doing that.
Number 5 North Dakota, number 7 Western Michigan. A spot in the NCHC Frozen Faceoff title game is at stake, with puck drop scheduled for 7:30 on Friday evening. You can watch the UND Western game as well as the rest of the tournament on CBS Sports Network. Our crew and I will be in St. Paul to cover everything that happens this weekend, so be sure to join us next week on North Dakota Hockey Central for the full recap as well as a preview of UND's road in the NCAA tournaments. Until then, on behalf of our Midco Sports crew, I'm Alex Heinert. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the Frozen Faceoff, and I'll see you at the X.